Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a topic that can truly transform your life, living in the present moment. It's often said, the past is a lesson, the future is what you make of it. The present is a gift. That's why they call it the present. So why should we focus on living in the present, and how can we make this a daily habit? Many of us go through life without truly experiencing it. We're either dwelling on the past, replaying old hurts and mistakes, or we're anxious about the future, consumed by worries and what-ifs. But there's a better way, a path to peace and fulfillment, embracing the present moment. Let's explore how to unwrap this gift and discover the joy of living in the now. You know, so often we let life pass us by. We're so busy rushing to the next thing, checking off our to-do lists, scrolling through social media, that we miss out on the beauty of what's right in front of us. We forget to savor the simple pleasures, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the taste of a delicious meal, the sound of laughter of loved ones. But the present moment is all we truly have. The past is gone and the future is uncertain. The only place where life truly exists is right here, right now. And when we learn to truly inhabit this moment, we unlock a world of joy, peace, and gratitude. Think about it. When you're fully present, you're not lost in regrets about yesterday or anxieties about tomorrow. You're not weighed down by guilt or fear. You're free to experience life with all your senses, to appreciate the small wonders that make each day special. Living in the present moment is about embracing the fullness of now. It's about finding joy in the ordinary, the everyday miracles that we often take for granted. It's about appreciating the beauty in the simple things, like the way the sunlight filters through the leaves or the sound of your child's laughter. When you train your mind to focus on the present, you'll find that you're more aware of your thoughts, feelings, and sensations. You become more attuned to your inner world and the world around you. This awareness allows you to make conscious choices that align with your values and bring you closer to the life you want to live. So, how do we begin to live more presently? It's a practice, a conscious effort to shift our focus from the worries of yesterday and tomorrow to the beauty of right now. Throughout this video, we'll explore practical steps and techniques to help you cultivate a deeper connection with the present moment. Let's face it, life can be stressful. There are always demands on our time and attention, deadlines to meet, and challenges to overcome. But often the biggest source of stress isn't the actual events themselves, but our thoughts about them. When we dwell on past mistakes, we burden ourselves with guilt and regret. When we worry about the future, we create anxiety and fear. We get trapped in a cycle of negative thinking that robs us of our peace and joy. But here's the good news. Living in the present moment is a powerful antidote to stress and anxiety. When we bring our attention to the now, we shift our focus away from these negative thought patterns. We break free from the shackles of the past and the worries of the future. Think of it like this. The present moment is like a calm, still point in the midst of a raging storm. It's a place of refuge where we can find peace and clarity. When we focus on our breath and the sensations of our body, on the sights and sounds of our surroundings, we ground ourselves in the present and find relief from the storms of our minds. Mindfulness, the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment, is a powerful tool for reducing stress and anxiety. It's about observing our thoughts and feelings without getting swept away by them. Imagine you're holding a butterfly in your hand. If you squeeze too tight, you'll crush it. But if you hold it too loosely, it will fly away. Mindfulness is about finding that sweet spot, that gentle balance between holding on and letting go. When we practice mindfulness, we learn to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, without attaching to them. We learn to let them come and go, like waves on the shore. This doesn't mean we ignore our problems, but we approach them with a sense of calm and clarity, which allows us to find more effective solutions. How many of us truly listen when someone is speaking? We might hear the words, but are we really present, truly engaged in the conversation? Or are our minds wandering, distracted by our own thoughts and to-do lists? Living in the present moment can transform our relationships. When we're fully present with someone, we give them our undivided attention. We listen with our hearts, not just our heads. We pick up on their nonverbal cues, their tone of voice, their body language. This deep level of presence creates a sense of intimacy and connection. It allows us to truly see and hear the other person, to understand their perspective, and to respond with empathy and compassion. Imagine having a conversation with a loved one where you feel truly seen and heard, where you feel like your words matter, where your presence is valued. That's the power of being present in relationships. Being present isn't just about listening. It's also about being present in our actions. It's about putting down our phones, turning off the TV, and engaging fully in the moment. Whether we're sharing a meal, playing a game, or simply talking, being present enhances the experience and deepens the connection. Of course, being present in relationships isn't always easy. We all have our own baggage, our own insecurities and distractions. But with practice, we can learn to cultivate a deeper presence in our interactions with others. Start by setting an intention to be more present in your relationships. Pay attention to your own behavior. Are you truly listening, or are you just waiting for your turn to speak? Are you fully engaged in the moment, or are you mentally checked out? We live in a world that glorifies busyness, a world where multitasking is often seen as a badge of honor. But the truth is, our brains aren't wired to focus on multiple things at once. When we try to juggle too many tasks, our attention becomes fragmented and our productivity suffers. Living in the present moment, however, allows us to tap into a state of flow, a state of deep focus and concentration where we're fully immersed in the task at hand. This is when we produce our best work, when we're most creative and efficient. Think about a time when you were completely absorbed in an activity you enjoy. Maybe you were painting, writing, or playing music. Time seemed to fly by, and you were so engrossed in the moment that you forgot about everything else. That's the power of flow. And while we can't always achieve this state of deep focus, we can certainly increase the amount of time we spend in it by training our minds to stay present. One of the simplest ways to increase productivity is to focus on one task at a time. Resist the urge to multitask. Instead, give your full attention to the task at hand and only move on to the next one when you've completed the first. Another helpful technique is to create a distraction-free environment. This might mean turning off your phone notifications, closing your email inbox, or finding a quiet space where you can work without interruptions. Remember, productivity isn't about cramming more into your day. It's about making the most of the time you have. And when you're fully present, you'll find that you can accomplish more in less time with greater ease and enjoyment. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about becoming aware of our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without getting swept away by them. And the good news is, mindfulness is a skill that anyone can learn and develop with practice. One of the simplest ways to practice mindfulness is through meditation. Find a comfortable seated position, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your chest, the feeling of the air entering and leaving your nostrils. Don't worry if your mind wanders. It's perfectly natural. Simply acknowledge the thought without judgment and gently guide your attention back to your breath. Even a few minutes of meditation each day can make a world of difference in your ability to stay present. Another powerful mindfulness practice is mindful breathing. You can do this anytime, anywhere. Simply take a few deep breaths, focusing on the sensation of your breath as it enters and leaves your body. This is a great way to calm your nervous system, reduce stress, and bring your attention back to the present moment. Mindful eating is another wonderful way to cultivate mindfulness. Instead of mindlessly scarfing down your food, slow down and savor each bite. Pay attention to the taste, texture, and aroma of your meal. Notice the feeling of fullness in your stomach. The key to mindful eating is to engage all your senses and to approach your meal with a sense of gratitude and appreciation. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily life doesn't have to be complicated. Start with just a few minutes each day and gradually increase the amount of time you spend practicing. In today's digital age, it's easier than ever to get distracted. Our phones, tablets, and computers are constantly vying for our attention, bombarding us with notifications, emails, and social media updates. It's no wonder so many of us feel scattered and overwhelmed. One of the best things you can do to live more presently is to limit your exposure to digital distractions. This doesn't mean you have to give up technology altogether, but it does mean setting healthy boundaries and being more mindful of how you're spending your time. Start by identifying your biggest distractions. Is it social media, email, news websites? Once you know what's pulling you away from the present moment, you can start to create strategies for minimizing those distractions. For example, you might try turning off your phone notifications during certain times of the day, such as when you're working, spending time with loved ones, or engaging in activities you enjoy. You might also consider setting aside specific times to check your email and social media, rather than constantly checking them throughout the day. The goal is to create more space in your life for presence, for connection, for the things that truly matter. Another helpful strategy is to create a digital detox routine. This might involve taking a break from all screens for a certain period each day, such as an hour before bed. During this time, engage in activities that nourish your mind and body, such as reading, spending time in nature, meditating, or connecting with loved ones. Remember, technology can be a wonderful tool, but it's important to use it mindfully. By setting healthy boundaries and limiting your exposure to digital distractions, you'll create more space in your life for the things that truly matter. Living in the present moment doesn't mean we erase the past or ignore the future. It simply means we don't allow them to control us. The past is gone, and we can't change it, but we can learn from it. The future is uncertain, and we can't predict it, but we can prepare for it. Acceptance is a key part of living in the present moment. It's about acknowledging what is, without judgment or resistance. This includes accepting our past mistakes, our present circumstances, and the uncertainty of the future. When we resist what is, we create suffering for ourselves. We get caught up in thoughts like, I shouldn't have done that, or what if this happens? Or I can't believe this is happening to me. But when we accept what is, we free ourselves from these negative thought patterns. We create space for peace, for healing, for growth. Letting go is another important aspect of living presently. This means releasing our attachment to the past and the future. It means letting go of our worries, our regrets, and our fears. This doesn't mean we forget about our past or stop planning for our future, but it does mean we don't allow them to consume us. We let go of the need to control everything and trust that whatever happens, we have the strength and resilience to handle it. Think of it like this. Holding on to the past is like carrying around a heavy weight. It weighs us down and prevents us from moving forward. Letting go of the past is like setting down that weight and feeling the lightness of being present. Of course, acceptance and letting go are ongoing practices. There will be times when we fall back into old patterns of thinking, when we dwell on the past or worry about the future. But with practice, we can learn to gently guide our attention back to the present moment, where true peace and freedom reside. Living in the present moment is a powerful way to enhance your well-being and find more joy in everyday life. It's about savoring the simple pleasures, cultivating deeper connections, and approaching challenges with greater ease. Remember, the present is a gift, so unwrap it with mindfulness and appreciation. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more tips on living your best life. Share this video with a friend who might need to hear this message today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.